For the Twins, it'll be Kevin Slowey making his 10th start of the year. We talked about the 3 quality starts he's had in a row, and only 4 walks in 55 in a third innings for Kevin Slowey.
Strike one to Ellsbury, who's wasted little time in extending his hitting streak through the first 2 games. Our Chrysler key stat, he's got a 21 gamer as he begins play tonight. Made a sensational catch in center field last night. And a called strike, 0-2.
Well, Kevin Slowey all about hitting the corners, changing speeds. Good fastball for strike 1, took a little off for strike 2. Making his 2nd career start against the Boston Red Sox. He and Dice K hooked up back in late September of 2007 in Boston. His only other start against the Red Sox.
Well, Slowey has been so good for the Twins this year. He had some starts early in the season when he gave up a few runs, 5 earned runs in each of his first 2 starts. Check swing foul, but really the only start, well, I guess the Kansas City start too. He gave up 5 earned runs in 5 innings. But since that rain altered start he had against the Orioles, he has really been sharp.
Yeah, again, Kevin Slowey will give up some hits. 73 hits in 55 in a third innings, but he doesn't walk anybody. And, that kind of all evens out. 39 strikeouts in those 55 innings, and trying to go in on Ellsbury, and he's able to foul it off.
A couple of check swing fouls, and the count remains 1-2. Ellsbury has faced Slowey before, 0 for 2.
Yeah, that game that Slowey pitched in Fenway Park back in late September against Dice K. Dice K ended up beating Slowey 5-2, and they clinched the American League Eastern Division at that time, and then went on to win the World Series.
Chopper to short, to Hopper, Punto to Morneau, and Ellsbury is retired. Northland Ford defense for the Twins. Joe Creedy out of the lineup, but he is available to play. Denard Span back in the lineup again in center field. Young and Kadire on either side. Harris, Punto, Tolbert, Morneau the infield, and Mauer behind the plate.
Very good defense for the Twins. Only 18 errors, the fewest in the American League.
And we're approaching, 2 months into the season, roughly a third of the way through the season, and take the numbers, multiply them by 3, and that would be 54 errors, something like that.
Well, one thing Ron Gardenhire believes in: good starting pitching, good defense. They go hand in hand.
1 strike to Pedroia. And strike 2. So Slowey getting ahead of the first 2 batters, not just strike 1, but then backing it up with strike 2.
Well, it's always a location too. He doesn't mind going down the heart of the plate to get strike 1. That's very important for him. And then he will start to nibble, make that plate a little bit bigger by hitting the corners. Watch Joe Mauer move right here, either in or out, and he's going away right here, and that ball missing down and away.
And I think that high percentage of first pitch strikes that Slowey throws, we've seen that play out into him pitching a little bit deeper in games than some of the other starters, because hitters tend to catch on and swing early in the count, put the ball in play. Sometimes he's had some really quick innings. Right off the outside corner, 2-2. Very close to strike 3.
Well, again, at 5'7", that's probably high to him. A normal person, that's a strike.
2-2 to Pedroia. And now a full count.
This guy's a little gamer right here, Dustin Pedroia. MVP in the American League last year.
Full count to Pedroia. Another chopper. Punto sets. High throw over Morneau. And the ball bounces back into short right field. And Pedroia will alertly advance to second. So Punto overthrows Morneau, and it's a 2-base error, sending Pedroia to second base.
Well, maybe trying to hurry his throw a little bit there. Nick Punto made an error in last night's ball game on a possible double play. Just kind of airmailed this ball over the head. Had plenty of time to set up. And then right there, kind of overthrowing it over the head of Justin. And the ball ricocheting back on the field. Pedroia moving to second. The 5th error of the year for Nick Punto.
J.D. Drew will hit. Drew and then Youkilis, and of course for so many years it was Ortiz and Ramirez hitting in the middle of the Boston lineup. Strike on the outside corner. It's not just strike one, but it's, as you said, the location and playing to the corners of the strike zone.
Well, what you want is that umpire to extend that strike zone as soon as possible by hitting your spots. There goes Pedroia.
And no throw, a stolen base.
Nick Punto at second was kind of toying with him, but Slowey really didn't give him a second look. And Kevin Slowey right here kind of picks him up, and then as he turns his head, Pedroia reads it perfectly and steals third, his 7th stolen base of the year.
1-1 to Drew with Pedroia at third. And one away. A little pop-up. It'll reach the seats, 1-2. Slowey, a couple starts ago against the Yankees, just had a wonderful game, and he struck out 8 Yankees. And he could use a strikeout of Drew here in the first inning.
Yeah, that a season high for Slowey in a ball game this year. A career high 12 coming last year against the Oakland A's here at the Dome.
Infield back, conceding a run if need be. 2-2. Slowey with a chance to pick up his 7th win of the year against one loss.
That looked like an off-speed pitch away right there. This is a good time right here to go hard in on J.D. Drew. See how Joe Mauer moves right here. He wanted it in. He just left it up.
And now a full count to Drew. Pedroia hit the 2-hopper to Punto on a 3-2 pitch. And now Drew's up there with a full count, and Youkilis on deck.
Slowey has that 2-seam fastball that'll work in and then back over the plate. And that's what he tried right there, and Drew fouled it off. J.D. Drew in his 3rd season with the Red Sox, an All-Star, his first All-Star game last year. Came up with the Cardinals, spent some time with the Braves and the Dodgers. Drew with 198 Major League home runs.
Another 3-2 coming to the new Boston 3rd place hitter. Little pop-up again. This will reach the seats, and I think he cracked Drew's bat.
That was a little slider again that got in on Drew.
Be the 20th pitch of Slowey's first inning, and that's typical with the Red Sox. They've got veteran hitters who like to work the count. Not unusual at all for Pedroia to hit up there with a full count. The veteran Drew, thousands of at-bats into his major league career. It's a long way foul. So you've got this Red Sox team that likes to go deep in the count and take pitches, and of course the Yankees have used that formula for years. So when they play each other, you pretty much have to count on a 4-hour game.
Maybe 5.
What was so impressive about Slowey's outing against the Yankees at Yankee Stadium, 7 2/3 innings in less than 100 pitches. Another 3-2 to Drew. Time called by Drew right as Slowey is ready to break from the stretch.
Slowey, 25 years old, in his third season with the Twins. 12-game winner last year. Started a couple years ago in Rochester, getting called up.
Finally got him with an off-speed pitch. 2 down.
Well, he went in enough that Drew may be looking to open up. That Slowey takes a little off. Good movement right there. And Slowey does pick up a big strikeout. 55 1/3 innings again, 73 hits, but only 4 walks with now 40 strikeouts in 56 innings pitched.
And now Youkilis, the cleanup hitter for the Red Sox. And he gets ahead of him, strike 1. This Boston lineup, the Yankee lineup, they're so deep and so good. You can throw, what, 10, 12 pitches, whatever the Drew at bat was, and you strike him out, and then you realize, well, that's just out number 2. And now I've got an equally dangerous hitter in Youkilis, and I got to find a way to get him out. Just off the outside corner, 1-1. Drew eventually striking out on an off-speed pitch. And Mauer to the mound. Tonight's game on Fox Sports North is also being presented in high definition. For a complete listing of HD cable providers, go to foxsports.com, keyword North.
I think Joe Mauer talking to Slowey right there, how they want to work him. If you come in on Drew, you better be in off the plate. Now, Blackburn struck him out, Youkilis. Blackburn struck him out a couple times on breaking balls away. And maybe that's what that conversation was about.
Swing and a foul. 1-2. Youkilis clearing his cleats. Big first inning at bat. The Twins committing a rare error, setting up the Red Sox to score the game's first run, and Slowey trying to pitch around the Punto error. One and two. Fouled away.
Youkilis, 30 years old, out of the University of Cincinnati, signed by Boston in 2001.
The pitch counter has clicked 25 times in this first inning. Another 1-2 to Youkilis. Snapped his bat. And Morneau flips to Slowey on the bag. Good play to get out of the inning. You talk about sawing somebody off.
Gonna go in, go way in. He got in the kitchen.
A scoreless top of the first. Gardenhire's Twins lineup brought to you by Menards. Denard Span, which rhymes with Menards. He's leading off. Joe Mauer hitting second. Justin Morneau third. Good numbers against Matsuzaka. Then Kugel, Kadair, and Harris, Young, Tolbert, and Punto.
And a scatter report on Daisuke Matsuzaka, making his fourth start and his second since his return off the disabled list. Missed over a month because of right shoulder strain from April 15th to May 22nd. And one thing about Daisuke has a tendency to throw a lot of pitches in a short amount of time. Making his fourth career start against the Twins. Very good numbers against the Twins. 2-0 with a 1.61 ERA in 3 starts.
Span hit by the pitch, or by a pitch in yesterday's game. Gets spun away on the first pitch from Matsuzaka. Lester nailed Span with a pitch in the ball game yesterday. And Span upset threw the bat up the baseline. Pulled the bat back and took ball 2. And was admonished by first base coach Jerry White. And so the Red Sox right away come inside and pitch him inside again. Down the middle of strike, 2-1.
Hey, you look at this Boston ball club now. Their starting staff hasn't really been real steady. Daisuke last year, an 18-game winner. He was 18-3. Lester, who worked in last night's ball game, he was a 16-game winner last year. And last night, he dropped to 3-5.
Span lines one to center to get the game started. Span aboard, and that'll bring up Joe Mauer. First out, or first let's check out that Boston defensive alignment. Jason Bay in left, Jacoby Ellsbury in center, J.D. Drew in right, Mike Lowell back at third base, pushing Kevin Youkilis back over to first base. Green starting at short, and George Kataris doing the catching. Ellsbury last night made one of the best catches we've seen from a center fielder here at the Metrodome, and we've seen quite a few. Here's Joe Mauer with Span aboard. Not on the first pitch, but we might see Span take off in situations like this. Even with Mauer at the plate, the Red Sox have not done a good job this year defending the stolen base.
And Daisuke not real quick home. He'll try to utilize that slide step. But Span leading the club with 10 stolen bases in 13 attempts.
Mauer has taken 2 strikes, and Span is still at first.
One thing about Joe Mauer batting second. Now this is the 6th game that Ron Gardenhire has had him in the 2-hole, and the Twins are 5-0. It started in Chicago, that 20-1 win over the White Sox.
2 strikes to Mauer. Little fly ball to left. And Bay retreats to make the catch, 1 away. And that'll bring up Justin Morneau.
Well, you look at the numbers of Daisuke, 0-2 on the year. Not a very good start for Daisuke. Again, has that shoulder problem. He hasn't really pitched a lot. He did a great job in the World Baseball Classic.
And Morneau at the plate. Kataris, the Boston catcher, has thrown out 1 base stealer in 13 attempts. A success rate of 7.7%. And a strike to Morneau. 14 home runs and a rifle shot to right field. A 3-run home run in the ball game last night. And time called. Morneau asking for time as Daisuke Matsuzaka held the ball in the stretch position.
Well, this off Lester right here. I said I could have hung my clothes on this line drive because it was a blast out of here. Truck letting us know is less than 3 seconds to get out of this ballpark. The way he hit that darn thing so hard. Showed you Dice K's numbers. Opponents coming into the ball game in his first 3 starts hitting .373. Left-handers hitting .258. Right-handers are hitting .550. 3 of his 4 home runs allowed have been to right-handed batters.
2 strikes to Morneau. And he got a piece of it. One thing regarding Span and stolen bases, he has not been stealing as much because now he's got suddenly two power hitters hitting right behind him in Mauer and Morneau. Got him with a high fastball, high pitch.
Yeah, it looked like a breaking ball right there, and Justin just couldn't lay off.
So 2 down, and that'll bring up Kubel.
Daisuke a strikeout pitcher. And what he's able to do right here, you see the little breaking ball that never really came down. It just kind of stayed up. And Justin really going out of his elements to try to make contact with that pitch.
Kubel next, as the Twins have the 3 lefties hitting in succession here against the right-hander. And he takes strike 1.
Kubel 3 for 8 lifetime against Daisuke. I know Ron Coomer was talking about Daisuke in the pregame about sometimes he works so slow as a defensive player. You really don't like playing behind him sometimes. You have to have a lot of patience.
There's a high fastball and a swing and a miss. It's 0-2.
Defensive players like pitchers that just have a nice tempo to their pitching style. And sometimes you see players behind them. Roberto Alomar Jr. We were in Cleveland one time and somebody was just taking their time pitching. Might have been Betancourt or whoever, and he's throwing up his gloves, just trying to do something just to waste a little time.
And Kubel wouldn't chase that pitch. It's 1-2. And the outfielders, Ellsbury and Bay.
Well, you end up looking at other things, the stands. You start looking at people in the stands, and then all of a sudden you say, okay, now I have to refocus.
1-2 to Kubel. And a tapper foul. And the effect it has, maybe even on the viewers at home, Matsuzaka's thrown roughly half the pitches that Kevin Slowey did when he was out there. If you ran a clock on the half innings, Slowey was probably out there quite a bit longer than Matsuzaka, but it doesn't seem that way. And half the number of pitches, because there's been no tempo or rhythm, it just seems like he's been out there forever. Check swing, no swing, and Span will gain second base. So a good play by Span, seeing that pitch in the dirt and taking off and getting into scoring position.
That'll be a wild pitch on Daisuke, his second of the year. A breaking ball, and Jason Kubel almost went after it. He held up, and the throw too late to get Span at second.
And now the Red Sox have to defend against Span's speed at second base. Pedroia was left at third in the top half of this inning. 2-2 to Kubel. Three and 2 with Kadire on deck. This will be the 18th pitch for Matsuzaka here in the first. And Kubel gets first base, and Span will go to third. A terribly wild pitch. And so he lost Kubel after getting ahead of him 0-2. Runners on the corners for Kadire.
That ball just held on to a little bit too long. He did make the dirt, though. This second wild pitch of the inning.
And Kadire hitting over 400 in his last 10 games. Chance to do some first inning damage against Matsuzaka. Outside, ball one. Hit a double in his first at bat last night. One and 0. Breaking ball away. Kadire homered in his first at bat in the series opener on Monday. Hoping for a hit in his first at bat here tonight. Big swing and a miss. 2-1.
Daisuke, 28 years old, pitched 8 seasons in Japan, won 108 ball games in Japan before signing as a free agent by the Boston Red Sox over the winter of 2006.
Off the end of the bat, and it's 2-2. Now you look up, and Matsuzaka's pitch counts up over 20 pitches at 22. He won 18 games last year and averaged less than 6 innings per start. 29 starts and only 167 and 2/3 innings pitched. And a full count will send Kubel early from first base.
Yeah, that's about a 5 1/3 innings per start. So many times they had to take him out after 5 innings because he was already at 120 pitches. Talking to John Farrell the other day about Daisuke, and they said he's a guy that we can let go a little bit deeper. Now he's coming off that shoulder problem, so they're kind of corralling him a little bit. And he picks up a strikeout.
Foul tip. Kataris hangs on. The Twins strand 2 on the first. Carsoup.com/baseball question tonight comes from Edgerton, Minnesota. Karen Van Scheppen wondering how many Twins have hit for the cycle, and has anybody done it more than once? Michael Kadire, the 10th Twin to do it, 10th different Twin to do it.
Yeah, we saw Jason Kubel do it.
Interesting that Mr. Oliva is not on there. Tony, a good base runner, a speedy runner at that. Carlos Gomez got the cycle last year in Chicago. 2 quick strikes here to Jason Bay, and a quick strikeout. Second one for Slowey to start the second inning.
Yeah, big slow curveball right there, and Bay way out front. Slowey 26 pitches in the first inning, wants a quick inning, and see the good tight rotation right there from Kevin Slowey on that slow curveball.
Twins put an infield shift on for David Ortiz. Ortiz, a week or so ago, hit his first home run of the season, and his first home run in 149 at bats going back to last year.
Boy, you watch him in batting practice. My goodness, I mean, he smokes the ball all over the place. But here today, as they were getting ready in that press box, David Ortiz knocking the popcorn out of its little bag.
Big Poppy versus popcorn. Swing and a miss, swing and a miss, 2 strikes. He doubled and walked, and then went 0 for 2 after that.
I watched him in batting practice the last 2 days, and I mean, my goodness, he's hitting the ball, up in Kirby land up there with Kirby's pitcher. But during a ball game, he's having a tough time making solid contact.
6 pitches, 2 strikeouts for Kevin Slowey. Ron Comer, you and David Ortiz still remain friends. It's been a very difficult start to his season this year.
Well, he has, Dick. He's had a very difficult start. I got a chance to talk with Francona, my old manager and now David's manager, and he said David has just been really in between. So he's been behind on the fastball, and he's been way out in front on the breaking pitch. And to me, what that means is he just doesn't get really loaded up to where he can fire. We talked a little bit about that last night. The one thing about tonight's at bat, at least he cut it loose, and there was no tentative swings there. So that's one thing. If David keeps swinging and letting her rip, he's going to start hitting the baseball.
Slowey's delivered a first pitch strike to all 7 batters. And a base hit. Slowey had 7 strikes to the first 3 batters, and Lowell hits an 0-1 pitch to left for a single.
First hit of the ball game for the Boston Red Sox off of Slowey.
Firestone leaderboard, you can see Roy Halladay, Zach Greinke, and then Kevin Slowey.
Yeah, with 6 wins, Kevin Slowey has had very nice run support. He's tied with Joe Saunders, Mark Burley, and Tim Wakefield with the 6 wins in the American League.
George Kataris, and hits a bouncer to second. After a long first inning, Slowey gets through the second with just 9 pitches.
Here at the Metrodome, I'm Marnie Gellner out in right field in the upper deck tonight, and this has been a popular destination for the Twins this season. Guys like Jason Kubel and Joe Mauer, and especially Justin Morneau, have come up here. His moonshot grand slam on Sunday landed up here in the upper deck, but last night that laser just went over the baggie. And as Bert mentioned, the guys in the truck put a timer on it. From the moment it hit the bat until the moment it hit the seat, it was just over 2.5 seconds. And Justin told me today he's going to have to put that home run in his memory bank for a while. He said, I know I hit that one hard. And guys, Jason Kubel told me he'd like to see if the seats beneath me still pull out the same, because as Kubel said, you know there has to be some damage somewhere after that shot.
Pushed him back.
This one skied behind the plate. Gutierrez is there for the catch, and Harris is gone on one pitch. You know, sometimes the metal Samsonite folding chairs, if they take something on impact, they don't fold upright again. Maybe there's some truth to that. Delman Young hit a couple of balls hard last night. He was the guy who hit the ball that Ellsbury caught in center field with a diving catch, and then he sent Ellsbury back to the fence again later. Ron Gardenhire saying this afternoon he is taking those two at bats as a sign that Young is getting his timing back after missing more than a week with his mother's illness and passing.
Well, you know, Dick, you mentioned last night he was struggling a little bit before he had to leave. And a lot of things I'm sure was going through his mind other than baseball, with the health of his mother and then the passing of his mother.
I was talking with David Ortiz about a number of things before the game today, and he was talking about guys who come in to the game with a reputation of being five-tool players. There's a liner to left, and Young has a base hit. Now, Young is potentially one of those guys, I guess, but you don't think of him as being a five-tool player, somebody who can do everything on a baseball field. And David Ortiz's contention, he wasn't talking about himself so much. He's saying there's really only one tool you need in baseball, and he was pointing to his head. And he wasn't talking about his lack of confidence necessarily, but he was kind of, I think, accidentally stepping on the reason why he's struggling right now. He just is not a very confident hitter right now.
Yeah, I talked to him the other day too, and he said the same thing. How much of this game is mental? And you know, you just you try to play the game, and sometimes you put too much pressure on yourself. And I know that's what David Ortiz is doing right now.
And these two guys ended up comparing notes and talking about matters yesterday before the game.
Yeah, David Ortiz also talked to Delman Young about the loss of a loved one and how he responded to it.
Tolbert swings and misses twice, 0-2. Tolbert chopped one off the plate for a big base hit on the 5-run fifth last night.
Yeah, I thought the guys in the pregame did a great job of interviewing Ron Gardenhire about the importance of the lower part of the lineup, and they really shined last night. You know, Gardy's saying basically, you know, we can't win with 4 or 5 guys. We need 9 guys to play. Dice K getting Tolbert on 3 pitches, his 3rd strikeout of the ball game.
Saturday, the Twins will be on Fox as Justin Morneau leads the Twins into St. Petersburg to take on Evan Longoria, the defending American League champion Rays. Fox Saturday Baseball, 3 p.m. Central on Fox. And the Rays have just had a dreadful week, putting first Akinora Iwamura on the disabled list. He'll be lost for the season. And then yesterday, Jason Bartlett put on the 15-day disabled list.
Yeah, they lost their second baseman and shortstop. Second baseman probably for the rest of the year with that ACL tear in his knee, and Bartlett with that bad ankle.
Some other players already on the disabled list. Troy Percival, they say, may not come back at all. He may retire. Punto takes a strike on the inside corner.
Yeah, Percival left the ball club to go home and talk to his family about retirement. But he's done that before, and he's come back.
One strike to Punto. breaking ball on the outside corner. So Matsuzaka likes Lowy, hoping to have a quicker time of it in the second inning.
Well, he'll throw an assortment of pitches up there. The fastball, he'll have some movement on that fastball, the slider, the curveball, and a forkball.
And he's thrown a few of those already too. Pitches that are nowhere near the strike zone.
"15-game winner 2 years ago in his first season with the Red Sox, an 18-game winner last year. Nick Punto fan club.
Nice dig by Kataris, and Young stays put.
That might have been the forkball right there. All a forkball does is Jack Morris had one of the best. It looks like a fastball, and the bottom will just drop out of it.
You know, speaking of the bottom of the order again, Tolbert and Punto hitting there now. I think all Ron Gardenhire would like to see from both those players is more contact. Tolbert striking out for the 19th time in 66 at bats. Punto struck out 22 times in 119 at bats. Put the ball in play and something good might happen. 3-2, and Young will take off early from first. And Span hoping for a chance here in the second inning in the on deck circle. Full count to Punto. Young goes, and the pitch fisted behind second base. Easy play for the shortstop Green, and the inning ends. On to the third, no score. Explore Minnesota. Visit exploreminnesota.com. Plan your next Minnesota vacation today. They are rock climbing on Barnes Bluff there, the towering rock formation overlooking the city of Red Wing on the Mississippi River. A lot of rock climbing areas and walking trails on top of Barnes Bluff. And then, what is it, rappelling is going up or rappelling is coming down?
I believe it's coming down.
Yeah. You ever had any desire to do that?
No. I might fall.
No, precisely. I'm a little queasy going into the ball pit at McDonald's. The little foam ball thing there. It's kind of dangerous in there sometimes.
Well, Slowey's faced 9 batters, been able to get strike 1 on all 9.
Fly to right, and Kadire retreats a few steps. Green retired, 1 away. History's biggest hit is back. Don't miss a sneak peek of Ice Road Truckers coming up in the 7th inning. You talk about danger. The Ice Road Truckers, that's dangerous work. We'll have a little sneak peek about that in the 7th inning. Jacoby Ellsbury with one quick out here in the third. Just inside a ball. Pass along happy birthday wishes to a young lady who might be the best Twins fan, biggest Twins fan in Wilmer, Minnesota. Happy 92nd birthday to Marie Kronquist. And Jacoby Ellsbury with that single extending his hitting streak now to 22 games.
Well, the first hitter that Slowey fell behind. He comes back in with a strike, and Ellsbury lining it right back up the middle. Just to the left of Kevin Slowey, puts that glove down, but a little bit too tardy. And the ball finds a way in the center field.
You call them the table setters, and they are really set up well, the Red Sox are, with Ellsbury and then Pedroia setting up whoever's hitting third, fourth, or fifth in the Boston lineup. Tapped foul. Dustin Pedroia with some power, but a great handler of the bat. Ron Coomer, you think the Red Sox might put a hit and run on here?
Well, this is one of those situations where you could expect it. Pedroia's had some good success, like that last pitch on the ball in. I know the Twins will probably try to go away from him to get him out. That means that hole between first and second is wide open. Francona realizing that this would be a spot you could see a hit and run.
Ellsbury stays put, and the pitch up around the hands, 1-1.
There you see Pedroia right there. I mean, he's kind of a lunger right there. So again, if you go in, you have to go hard in, almost like Youkilis. Ellsbury at first base, 20 stolen bases on the year, second most in the American League, behind Carl Crawford with 30. Stole a couple bases in last night's game.
Bert, a guy that lunges like Pedroia does, who kind of jumps out there, down and in, he can handle. The pitch up about the belt is tough for him, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, that's where they're trying to pitch him right there. Both those last pitches inside, right about the belt and a little bit higher.
Bauer's target down and away, and the pitch coming up and in. It's 2-1.
You know, a guy like Pedroia, to me, if you pitch him away, the worst damage he's going to do is a base hit to right field or right center, maybe a double. If you pitch him in and you don't get it in, that's when he can hit for a little bit of power.
You saw Mauer move in right there only because the pickoff was on. Catchers will do that a lot. Joe will signal. He'll get the sign from Steve Little to throw over to first. He relayed that to Kevin Slowey. And then as Slowey comes set, Joe Mauer moved inside.
And as we all know, this is the count. If you hit and run, this is the perfect one to go on.
Ellsbury stays put, and the pitch drilled into center field, a base hit. So a pair of one-out singles here against Slowey, with Ellsbury and Pedroia getting safeties the second time they see Kevin Slowey.
Oh, this is a breaking ball right here. He has very good plate coverage. Dustin Pedroia does. Well, that's not a bad pitch right there. Maybe a little bit too much of the plate, but Pedroia, he really goes down and hits that ball so sharply.
J.D. Drew had a long at bat with Kevin Slowey, and finally Slowey struck him out for a big second out of the first inning. Outside, ball one. 3 hits for the Red Sox. They've all been singles. The threat the Red Sox had in the first inning came on a Twins error.
Slowey's been able to get 5 double plays turned behind him. He leads the starting staff in that department.
1-0 to Drew. Another one sails outside. 2-0. Drew's bounced into 3 double plays. Lowell leading the team, having already hit into 12 double plays this year. Not even close. 3-0. Mauer to the mound. Last night we saw Nick Blackburn early on show the ability to get some big outs, make some big pitches to keep the Red Sox off the board. And Slowey certainly has displayed that again this year.
Yeah, those last 3 pitches, he was just trying to go away, down and away, but just leaving the ball up in the strike zone.
Youkilis on deck. Drew up there with a 3-0 count.
See if Drew has a green light right here. Mauer sitting down and away again.
And it's a 4-pitch walk, and they're loaded up with 1 gone in the 3rd.
Only the 5th walk of the year for Kevin Slowey. Quick trip to the mound by pitching coach Rick Anderson.
Slowey had a quick 2nd inning, throwing just 9 pitches. He got Nick Green on the 2nd pitch of the inning, but since then, single walk, and the Red Sox have a threat here. Lowell and the Pedroia 1 and 2 in the league and hitting into double plays, and Slowey with a rare walk filling the bases here in the 3rd.
Well, pretty good pitchers right there underneath Kevin Slowey. Halladay, Jack Greinke, who pitched another complete game yesterday. Burley with 6 wins. Greinke and Halladay with 8 wins, and Kevin Slowey with 6.
Just inside ball 1. Youkilis had his bat shattered, and he hit a little trickler toward Morneau. Slowey covered the bag, and the Twins got the 3rd out and kept the Red Sox off the board in the 1st inning. Here, a more serious threat. Bases loaded, 1 out. Tapper foul, 1-1.
Youkilis last year picking up some of the slack lost when they lost Manny Ramirez. 29 home runs, 115 RBIs for Youkilis, both career highs.
High fly, right center field. Toward the gap, Ellsbury should score. Kadire throwing to 3rd. It's cut off by Punto. A sacrifice fly for Youkilis. And the Red Sox get the 1st run of the game.
Youkilis picking up his 29th RBI with that sacrifice fly. And Pedroia at 2nd, tagging up, going to 3rd, and J.D. Drew staying at 1st. So those table setters, one of them scored, and the other one's at 3rd. Now with 2 outs.
Here's Jason Bay, went down swinging on 3 pitches in the 2nd inning. Bay quickly rising to the top of the free agent class this offseason. Red Sox haven't initiated any serious discussions with him, nor has his representation had any serious talks with the Red Sox yet, at least publicly. Popped up. Morneau down the line, waiting for Tolbert to call him off, and foul ground he does. So Red Sox with a big threat here in the 3rd. Slowey does a nice job and keeps them to the single run. 234-234. We'll answer it during the game or in our Quest Twins Live post-game show. Brought to you by the Minnesota Department of Public Safety, reminding you to buckle up.
A very good job of damage control for Kevin Slowey in that third inning. And that's one thing that has kind of eluded Francisco Liriano and Scott Baker throughout the year. You get into situations like that, Slowey only allowed 1 run.
Denard Span taking strike 1 from Daisuke Matsuzaka. The Twins have a couple of hits and a walk first time through the order. And Span got a leadoff single, got as far as third base in the first inning. Two strikes. Span getting a bit of a diagnosis as to what's been ailing him. The lab work came in, and Span has been diagnosed as having what he's been told is a minor thyroid disorder, which has caused the wooziness and lack of energy. So they're going to monitor it for the next few days and see if medication eventually might be needed. They don't believe it's anything serious. 1-2.
Oh, good pitch right there to Span. Ahead in the count. A lot of guys will go up and in. Daisuke going down and in, making Span move his feet. Span right on top of that plate.
1-2 to Denard Span. Up the middle. Great knockdown by Matsuzaka, but he'll have no play. Span beats out an infield hit on one that was headed up the middle anyway.
Well, we saw Jacoby Ellsbury hit a ball to Slowey's left, his left, that he is unable to knock down. Right here, Daisuke knocks it down, but the ball on the turf keeps rolling away from him. Watch it right there, and then that ball on the mound, trickling away. And Span with his speed gets his second hit.
Red Sox, second time through the order, made some adjustments, scored a run against Kevin Slowey. Ron Coomer, what do the Twins need to do against Daisuke Matsuzaka?
Well, I think patience is probably the biggest key early in this ball game, going through the first part of the lineup. Guys swung at some elevated fastballs.
Span takes off. Gutierrez with a double pump and fires it into center field. So Span, who did not go in the first inning in a similar spot, goes on the first pitch here and ends up at third base.
Well, Span getting his 11th stolen base of the year. And a throw way over the head of, right there, Nick Green into center field. Gutierrez will get an air. His first of the year behind the plate.
And just like that, the tying run 90 feet away. Mauer taking ball 1 from Matsuzaka. Gutierrez smothers that pitch in the dirt. 2-0.
You know, guys, when you talk about Daisuke, he's one of those guys that he's got a strange windup, and he throws a lot of different pitches, from curveballs down and in to backdoor curveballs, backdoor slider, front door slider. You know, as a catcher for this young guy, I'm sure it's tough to figure out not only what pitch to call, but what location Daisuke is going to want to throw it.
Hey, it looks like he wants no part of Joe Mauer right here.
Would you?
Now you got Morneau hitting behind him, and potential for a big inning. Jason Varitek will catch tomorrow. That's why Gutierrez is catching tonight. Varitek was going to catch one game, but not both. So Terry Francona deciding to go with Gutierrez tonight. He'll come back and catch Wakefield the day after tomorrow. Lifted to left on a 3-0 pitch. It'll be deep enough to score Span, and Mauer drives in a run, and the game is tied.
Yeah, Joe Mauer picking up his 32nd RBI of the month. So on a 3-0 pitch, Joe's just looking to hit a fly ball somewhere. Not a bad pitch down in the strike zone, and Joe hitting it deep enough where Jason Bay, the left fielder, makes the catch, has no place to throw it other than back in the infield, and Span scores a tying run.
And now Morneau. That one lifted foul back into the seats, 1 strike. It's worth noting because the Twins are blessed now to have some really good hitters and hitters that are quickly gaining even more recognition nationally. Out in front 0-2. Morneau starting the day 5th in the American League in hitting, tied for 2nd in home runs and 3rd in runs batted in. And that's down the left field line. Bay chasing it and coming up a couple of steps short. Morneau, the only batter who is in the top 10 in the 3 Triple Crown categories. That's deep down the right field line, high off the drape. Digging for second. Drew's throw not in time. So Morneau kept in the ballpark, but not by much in his second at bat against Dice K.
Well, it looked like a breaking ball right here, and we're going to show Justin already had committed the lower part of his body, but then he's able to keep his hands back. And Ron Coomer, you got to be happy with that swing right there. That's a nice swing by Justin Morneau.
That's an outstanding swing, Bert. And the thing that just amazes me watching Justin the last 2 nights from the camera well here is he had a terrible at bat yesterday to start the game off and just was not seeing the ball good last night. His first at bat. His first at bat tonight, didn't see the ball real well. The adjustments that these young guys at the age that they are, him and Mauer both, that can make in the middle of a ball game. It usually takes guys a long time to be able to make adjustments when they're young players. These guys do it at bat to at bat.
Here's Kubel inside. Hey, Ron Coomer, it seems from up here that Morneau tailors his swing to the count. Much more aggressive early in the count. And it's a powerful swing regardless of what the count is, but he seems to be more conscious this year of making contact with 2 strikes.
I couldn't agree more with you, Dick, and I believe that he feels like he can hit the ball out of the park at any count. So if he gets behind in the count, if he puts the ball in play and he squares the ball up, so it doesn't go deep into the upper deck, it just goes over the baggie, and I just think that's a maturing process of Justin. And then the at bat Joe just had. Now 2 years ago, Joe takes that 3-0 fastball down the middle and doesn't swing at it. This year he drives that run in. To me, that's 2 guys just really maturing and really becoming phenomenal big league baseball players.
What was amazing about that swing, Ron, and here's a line drive into the corner and it stays fair.
Morneau around third. He'll score. Kubel backs up Morneau's double with one of his own. And the Twins take a 2-1 lead. As they did last night when the Red Sox scratched a run across in the top of the 5th, the Twins answer quickly.
Yeah, they answered with 5 after the Red Sox put one on the board in the 5th inning. And Kubel, Dice K kept working him in right there. He kind of missed out over the plate a little bit. Jason took advantage of that. It's his 12th double of the year, picking up his 25th RBI.
Yeah, the one thing pitching to Coobs, if you're going to pitch him in, you better get it in there because he can light you up in a hurry. He's really swinging the bat well. Also, we don't even talk about Coobs the last couple days because of the other 2 guys.
Here's Kadire taking a strike. Michael struck out swinging with 2 men aboard and 2 out in the first.
No, to go back to my thought with Justin Morneau, to me he already had committed with the lower part of his body, but he's so strong he's able to hit that ball high off the baggie. Unbelievable strength.
And Kadire takes strike 2.
Bert, I just think when you look at our hitters, Kadire now, Kubel, definitely Justin and Joe, the balance that they have, and I know we've talked about it as a pitcher, the same thing as a hitter, and Dick, you and I talked about it today during batting practice. The balance that our guys have going through the ball right now on pitch hard like fastball or slider, or the change in breaking ball. Our guys are really kind of locked in their lower halves, never give in and let their body carry forward, just like the ball you saw Justin hit off the baggie.
That's why Ron Gardenhire, wants that lower part of the lineup to start contributing a little bit like they did last night. I mean, because, you look at Span getting on, then you have Mauer, Morneau, Kubel, Kadire. They've all really been swinging a hot bat. But, last night it was Tolbert and Punto that kind of set the stage for that 5-run 5th inning.
The thing I like watching is when Nicky gets on base or Tolbert gets on, and obviously Span, they just put such pressure on the defense and the pitcher. And then what can happen is you can possibly lose concentration with one of our middle of the lineup guys, and that's a 3-run homer then.
Now on a breaking ball, Kadire swings and misses. Second time that Daisuke Matsuzaka has struck out Kadire in a key spot. 2 down. Use Twins tickets to raise funds for your school, sports team, or other organization. Nonprofit groups can purchase tickets at a discount and then resell them to supporters for up to their face value, keeping the difference. Recent groups have raised more than $6,000 on their Twins event. Call 833-TWINS. Get in touch with the group sales department. Here's Brendan Harris, fouled out on the first pitch he saw, leading off the second inning. Down low, ball 1.
Well, that pitch count again starting to mount for Daisuke. 58 pitches. In his last start, he faced Johan Santana and the Mets, and Johan outpitched him in that ball game as he lost to the Mets 5-3. Well, Johan will outpitch a lot of guys.
Down the middle of strike. Santana just having a phenomenal second year in the National League. Not necessarily getting the best defensive or run support.
Yeah, they have a lot of injuries, the Mets do. A lot of guys on the disabled list.
Santana with an ERA of 1.5. 6 wins on the year. 1-1 here to Brendan Harris. Twins trying to get Kubel in from second now with 2 outs in the inning. Another breaking ball over, and it's 1-2.
Santana usually doesn't start heating up until late June. Early June. There's Johan.
75 strikeouts for Santana. One and 2 to Harris. Kubel driving in the go-ahead run. Taras got enough of it to keep Kubel at second base.
Yeah, I think I heard some flesh up here.
Based on what we've seen from Matsuzaka, catching him presents almost as many challenges as catching Tim Wakefield. A lot of pitches in the dirt with men on base. Harris trying to deliver a big 2-out hit here in the third. That'll work. Kubel around third. He's coming in. Base throw. Not in time. Harris to second base. And Brendan Harris delivers in the clutch.
Well, it's guys picking up each other. Michael Kadire, a strikeout victim, and Brendan Harris. He comes through right there and ends up picking up an RBI, his 9th of the year. And good hustle by Harris, too, because he did not stop running. That throw going to the catcher, and Harris sliding into second safely. So not only the big RBI, also the hustle out of the batter's box. John Farrell, the pitching coach, out to talk to Daisuke.
Delman Young singled sharply to left field with 1 out in the second. Slowly given some run support here in the 3rd inning. Seemed inevitable, I'm sure, but it comes in the 3rd with so far 3 runs up on the board. Down and away, ball 1. Harris with a huge lead at second. And Young with a big swing and a foul.
Yeah, he just missed that one right there. Just getting underneath it and fouling it straight back. Well, Dice K coming in with a high fastball, and Delman just getting underneath that ball.
Fouled back.
Same pitch, same result.
Both of them belt high over the middle of the plate. And we'll see if Young can deliver a 2-out hit to drive in a run. Strike him out. Twins in the inning, 4 hits and 3 runs. And Kevin Slowey's got a 2-run lead to work with as we head to the 4th.
Well, Joe Mauer was sacrificed fly. The RBI double by Jason Kubel, and then an RBI single by Brendan Harris, giving the Twins a 3-1 lead.
David Ortiz striking out on 3 pitches in the 2nd inning. And Slowey gets ahead of him 0-1 here, leading off the 4th. To center and hit well. Span going back. There for the catch on the edge of the track, 1 away.
Ortiz gave it a ride right there. I'd like to say happy 23rd birthday to Allison Zeller. She's right there. She is here celebrating her 23rd birthday tomorrow. Allison, happy birthday. And it was her mother's birthday yesterday.
A chance to meet Allison and her parents. They're from down in Fairmont, Minnesota. And they said they really enjoy it when I pull out the map and give a little geography lesson for our viewers, and they pull out their maps and try to find the towns too. So Fairmont, will say it's about 10 minutes east of Welcome, Minnesota.
near the Iowa border.
Yes.
Correct?
Yep. Squirted foul. 2 strikes. Lowell with a single with 2 outs in the second against Slowey. Held out of the lineup for just the second time in the 2009 season last night. Back on the lineup today.
On Monday night he was 4 for 5 with 4 singles. Just a professional hitter, Mike Lowell.
Some thought his career was over with towards the end of his days with the Marlins. Little pop-up. Morneau across the line. Out number 2. And that'll bring up Gitaris. Tigers beat the Royals this afternoon 8-3. So the Twins have a chance to A, get to the 500 mark, and then B, leapfrog the Royals in the standings and get into second place and remain 3.5 games behind Detroit. White Sox are playing the Angels later tonight. Tampa Bay with 5 first-inning runs against the Indians as they're trying to beat the Indians in Cleveland for the first time in about 3 years. 1 strike to Gitaris. People were surprised that the Red Sox let Josh Bard go as the designated knuckleball catcher. But Gitaris, the Red Sox felt a better offensive player and a younger player able to handle Wakefield's knuckleball okay. He's got 6 passed balls. Presumably they all came when Wakefield was pitching. And he'll not start tomorrow afternoon, but then start again on Friday when Wakefield pitches. 2-1. 2-2. Slowly pitching with the lead for the first time tonight. Getting a couple of quick outs, trying to pitch his first 1-2-3 inning. 2-2. To center. Playable for Span. Inning over. A couple of deep flies to center, a foul out, and a 1-2-3 fourth for Slowey. Brought to you by Quest. Get free 2 gigs online backup service with Quest high-speed internet. By Grand Casino Mille Lacs and Grand Casino Hinckley. Expect grand. And by Chrysler. From power and efficiency to innovation and style, it's the way our vehicles come together that sets us apart. Chrysler. 3-1, Twins have the lead. I got a call here. We're going to have a little helter-skelter here in the bottom of the 4th. We're going to have some bunts, and the Twins are going to try to do some damage with some small ball against Daisuke Matsuzaka. Here's Tolbert. Up and away, ball 1. Tolbert struck out in the 2nd against Matsuzaka.
So you have a call right here.
A call here, but not a home run. It's going to be, a bunt here or there. At least one bunt this inning. Tolbert with a hefty swing and a foul, 1-1.
Mike Lowell at third base taking the bunt away that way, but Youkilis playing at deep first base. See Lowell at third, Youkilis playing at deep first base.
A drag bunt up the line would be an automatic base hit. 2-1. Tolbert showing no indication of bunting.
Not yet.
So it's the farthest thing from his mind right now. 2-1. 2-2. Ron Coomer, you notice anything about Matt Tolbert's swing?
Well, you just look at what guys are doing in the box, and you made a comment early in the at-bat how good aggressive swing. He's taken some very good swings tonight. He took some good swings last night. The only issue that I have is he's always missing underneath the baseball. His hands need to get above the ball, and if he does, that's what we saw last year. The line drives from gap to gap and staying above the baseball, not trying to lift the ball. Right now, everything I'm looking at is he's underneath, and for a guy who's not going to hit home runs, that's not a good position for him to be in.
Full count to Tolbert starting the 4th. And he walks his way aboard leading off the 4th.
Second walk for Daisuke in the ball game to go with his 5 strikeouts.
Third time in 4 innings the Twins have gotten their leadoff man on. Punto coming to the plate in our Aflac trivia question. He's the only player in the top 5 of 2008 AL MVP voting not in the dome tonight. Wow. Well, let's see. We'll look at the list here. Who made the playoffs last year?
If you know, don't say it. Steve S. is still looking it up.
Punto takes a strike, squaring the bunt. Youkilis, Pedroia from the Red Sox. Like I said, they're going to bunt their way through this inning. Punto rolls into a double play, 2 down.
Well, a hit and run was put on right there. It was a shortstop Green that went to the bag, and Pedroia held his ground. Punto making sure he was called out right there, getting back to the bag. You see Tolbert taking off right there. You see Green going toward the bag, and a little quick flip over to Green, and then he relays it over to Youkilis for the double play.
So 2 down in the 4th. And Span, who's got hit 2 balls sharply up the middle, a line drive single to center in the 1st, and then a hard ground ball headed up the middle. Matsuzaka deflected it, but couldn't throw him out at first. And now that one scored into the hole. No chance at all for Green. Another infield hit for Span. He's got a 3-for-3 night going.
I've been on the mound before. You give up hits like that, and the first thing that comes out of a pitcher's mouth, say, take that ball. Take that. I mean, he just inside out swing. And right past Lowell. Green has no chance. Put it in your back pocket.
Bauer drove in the tying run with a sacrifice fly in the 3rd. He's hit 2 fly balls to left. almost to the same spot. Bay making the catch in each case. That kicks wildly away from Kataris, and Span goes to second. Matsuzaka's been all over the place. Another wild pitch.
Yeah, all 3 wild pitches for Dice K here tonight have been with Span on the base pass. Kataris trying to backhand that. The ball hitting his glove and ricocheting away.
Span, who stole second in the 3rd inning, went to 3rd on the Kataris error. Now stands at second. Mauer's up there with a 1-0 count. Down low. Joe Mauer in his young career has probably signed 1 million autographs. He had a special request today, as did Justin Morneau. Sir Elton John, who was in town here with a concert a couple of nights ago, I guess, has asked for autographed photos of Justin Morneau and Joe Mauer. Up and in, 3-0.
Very nice.
And Joe was wondering, well, what in the world should I write to Elton John?
Like your glasses?
Justin, I guess, wrote "Keep Rockin'," something original. And Joe, when I talked with him, wasn't sure exactly what he was going to write down to Elton John. 3-0 to Mauer. Down and in. Kataris with a difficult catch. We're getting all sorts of suggestions from the truck, none of which I think will be used. 2 on, 2 out, and Matsuzaka has only retired 1 batter this inning and walked 2.
On his last outing, he worked 5 innings against the Mets. He threw 80 pitches. This will be his 80th pitch here in the 4th inning.
Justin Morneau doubled, and then later scored on a Kubel double last inning. And he takes strike 1, which he rarely does. And that rolls away from Kataris, and Span will advance. Mauer stays at first. Another presumably wild pitch, although that was one Kataris might have been able to block.
Yeah, but I think it hit the dirt first right there. Kataris tried to get in front of it. His 4th wild pitch here tonight for Dice K. You see that ball skipping maybe right on top of home plate and then skipping by the catcher.
1-1 to Morneau. Golfed foul, but again, Morneau puts the barrel of the bat on it. Remember when the Red Sox had Nomar Garciaparra and he won a couple of batting championships? They said of Garciaparra, he almost always got the barrel of the bat on the ball, and I think that's exactly what we're seeing from Morneau and Mauer now.
Well, a guy like Vladimir Guerrero, he's a guy that there are certain guys that seem like when they swing that bat, the barrel of the bat always meets the ball. Ron Coomer was that way.
Just off the corner, 2-2.
You know, Justin took that first fastball, and you said, you know, you usually swing it. I think he's looking for the breaking ball the way that he swung at that breaking ball and hooked it foul. Now with 2 strikes, I think, you know, now he just has to look for the ball and hopefully drive it somewhere.
And he lifts it foul into the seats. Wasn't it a breaking ball that he hit off the wall? And, right,
yep.
Right.
Hey, Ron Coomer, I know you're down there. Sometimes hitters, you go up there looking for a certain pitch, do you not?
Without question. As you get older in the game, I think that's part of understanding the game, is knowing what a pitcher is going to try to do to you, or a certain team for that matter, and then going up there and maybe looking for it or absolutely not and making them do something else.
Punch to right center field, hanging in the air for Drew, and he ends the inning. So the Twins put a threat together, a couple of walks and a hit, but leave 2 aboard. It's still 3-1.
Metrodome in the Minnesota Lottery Winners Circle. Well, we have $100 worth of scratch-off tickets for Gina, who is having a 30th birthday here at the Metrodome tonight. And Gina, apparently, for her 30th, is offering a marriage proposal to Denard Span. Is this what you really would like for your birthday?
I think it would be a good present for my 30th.
Could we substitute Bert Blyleven in there?
You know, Bert is a close second, very close second.
Ooh, yeah. Well, I think that would make him feel good. He did give you a circle. We're giving you lottery tickets. Have a wonderful birthday, Gina.
Thank you so much, Marty.
Nick Green leading off the 5th inning.
Well, happy birthday to you, and also happy 50th birthday to the big wheel, Russ Sampson. Kurt and our fantasy campers, Big Russ out of Canada.
Russ is only 50?
50 years old.
There's a fly to right and almost hit directly at Kadire, 1 away. I'd have guessed Russ is way past 50.
Oh, Russ is going to get you for that. He doesn't look a day over 49.
Just kidding. The Home Depot doing more on defense with Carlos Gomez out in center field.
Well, we saw this on Monday night, and then last night's ball game, Ellsbury making a great catch out in center field off the bat of Delman Young.
Yeah, we've got some very good defensive center fielders in this series, and Ellsbury hacks one to left, his second hit of the ball game. So he's aboard with 1 out in the 5th.
Well, he almost did what Denard Span did right there in his last at bat, just kind of taking that ball the other way. Yeah, Russ Sampson, 50 years old. Well, that sounds old, doesn't it?
Not anymore.
I always thought my mother had the best when I turned 50. She said, you walked up the mountain, you ran up the mountain. Now that you're on top and you're 50, walk down slow.
Really?
That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Coming from Mom.
And you, as you did growing up, you've always listened to your mother and done exactly what she said, right?
I'm walking down slow.
Strike 1 to Pedroia. He's reached twice, once on a punto error, the other time on a single. Red Sox had the bases loaded and 1 out in the 3rd. And got 1 run out of that. The only run they've scored so far. Ellsbury, of course, a threat to steal.
See, the only thing I wonder, they call Russ the big wheel. And there's a couple reasons. I mean, I thought Kurt was the big wheel, but they call Russ the big wheel out of Canterbury.
Huh.
Yeah.
Ellsbury back to the bag again. Slowey had a long first inning and a long third inning. The even numbered innings have gone very quickly. One strike to Pedroia.
There he
Ellsbury goes, and Mauer catches the ball in the webbing of the glove, unable to get a good grip on it. And it's a stolen base for Ellsbury.
Well, again, these table setters. Pedroia stole third in the first inning, and right here, Ellsbury trying to get in scoring position, steals his 21st. Got a great jump right there, and a tough pitch for Joe Mauer right there to try to catch and even throw.
From this series, the Twins will look forward to the Tampa Bay series and their base stealers, principally Carl Crawford. And the Rays all but giving back their early 5-0 lead tonight in Cleveland. The Indians have 4 runs in the second, still batting. 2-1 to Pedroia. High. Pedroia stole third on Slowey in the first inning. Slowey gave him one look and threw home, and Pedroia scampered to third. We've seen now with Ellsbury at second base, a second, at times even a third look back to the second base bag. 3-1 with J.D. Drew on deck. To center, Span sprinting over to the gap, making the catch. Ellsbury tagging. He'll advance to third, 2 away.
A little surprised that Pedroia was swinging right there on 3-0. They need a couple of base runners right there. And was it 3-1 count? I thought it was 3-0.
Tickets are on sale for the 2009 Autograph Party presented by Spire Federal Credit Union. The date for this year's event is June 20th. Ticket purchase now are $30, and remember, the event has sold out in the last couple of years, so plan early. Get your tickets early. The ticket gets you the chance to get autographs from the current team and a lot of great alums. All proceeds will benefit the Twins Community Fund, so call 800-33-TWINS for tickets. 2 gone, runner at third. Here's Drew. Pulled foul into the Boston dugout. And again, a situation where there's a man in scoring position, and to this point, Slowey's done a real good job of getting outs when he needs them. Blackburn did it last night. Outside, 1-1.
Well, they walked Drew in the third inning on 4 pitches. Very rare walk for Kevin Slowey.
One and one. Got a pitch up, and Drew wanted to send it into the upper deck. 1-2. Infield, outfield playing Drew pretty much straight up. Span a few steps over in the left center. One and two. Slowey's 75th pitch of the night. 2-2.
Some hour jump right there. First he sat inside, and then as Slowey delivered, he jumped outside. Perfect strike to ball ratio. 2 strikes to every ball thrown by Kevin Slowey. 50 strikes, 25 balls.
Foul ball that'll reach the seats.
Slowey making his 10th start of the year. He's 5-0 this season here at the Metrodome. 1-1 on the road. And amazing numbers for Kevin Slowey when he pitches a quality start. And he has 22 quality starts in 47 career chances coming into tonight's ballgame. He's 16-1 with a 1.59 ERA.
Pulled foul up the line. Still 2-2.
Those are great numbers right there. Twins are 19-3 in those 22 starts.
Twins with 47 games and 21 quality starts so far this year. The percentage of quality starts increasing here as we wind up the month of May. Youkilis on deck. Slowey trying to finish business here in the Drew at bat. To short center.
Good pitch.
Span loping in, putting it away. And the Red Sox leave another runner in scoring position thanks to Kevin Slowey. We're at the Metrodome in Minneapolis. The Twins trying to improve upon a 4-1 homestand so far. Marnie Gellner, Ron Coomer, Bert Blyleven, and Dick Bramer. And so far so good. 3-1 going to the bottom of the 5th.
Well, Slowey in his first 5 innings, 78 pitches. He has allowed only 4 hits to the Boston Red Sox, only the 1 run in the 3rd. For Dice K, this is his 86th pitch of the ball game.
Kubel takes outside, ball 1. Kubel driving in a run with a double in the 3rd inning, put the Twins up 2-1 at the time. Kubel later scored on a Harris single. 2-0. Twins have gotten good reports, a sequence of good reports. Remember, Kubel had an MRI done on his knee showing no structural damage, just a bruise. 2-1. Joe Creedy getting an X-ray done yesterday, no break in the right hand. Creedy took batting practice today and fielding practice and available for play tonight according to Ron Gardenhire, and should be in the starting lineup tomorrow. 2-1. Scalded into right center field. Kubel will round first and hold up with a single. You know, you got 3 left-handed batters in the middle of the lineup, Mauer, Morneau, and Kubel, and the ball sounds different coming off their bat in all 3 cases. I mean, Kubel just crushed that ball on the ground hard for a base hit.
Well, you leave the ball out over the plate like Dice K does right there, and Kubel puts good wood on it. He gets his 2nd hit, the 8th for the Twins here tonight.
See if the 3rd time's a charm for Michael Cuddyer. He struck out twice against Matsuzaka. Something about his delivery or something. Michaels just had some weird swings. That time he took a swing and he fouled it off the handle of the bat.
Well, last time up, Daisuke started him with a fastball down and away, then went inside. This time he started inside. So maybe Michael looking for the fastball, but maybe out over the plate, and the ball ended up and in. Kind of what Ron Coomer was talking about earlier. Hitters go up there maybe looking for a certain pitch. Kadyr's looking fastball. Daisuke just got it inside.
Low, and it's 1-1. Manny Del Carmen warming up in the Boston bullpen. .91 pitches on the night for Matsuzaka. Chopped foul, 1-2. And that's what the Red Sox have seen from Matsuzaka, an average of about 20 pitches an inning, which means after 5 or so, he's pretty much toast. They're trying to walk that off. Terry Francona blessed with a very good bullpen. That said, he'd rather not turn the game over to the bullpen in the 6th inning every night. One and two. 2-2. Strikeouts for Kadir rare, and that's a thing to bear in mind too, as we're watching Mauer, Morneau, and Kadir all having phenomenal months of May. They have not produced and rung up a lot of strikeouts. 3-2. Kadir with 2 strikeouts today has 33 and 174 at bats. That's pretty good for a power hitter. Morneau, 28 strikeouts and 179 at bats. That's outstanding for a power hitter.
See if Kubel takes off here. No, he stays put.
And Kadir can't figure out Matsuzaka. He strikes out for the 3rd time. Here's a Dodge game break with the Twins up 3-1. And yesterday afternoon in Appleton, Wisconsin, Dan Leslie's 12th inning single scored Matt Olson to give St. Thomas the Division III National Championship. The Tommies beat Worcester twice yesterday to win the title. The last title was in 2001. Congratulations to the Tommies, the Division III National Champion.
Yeah, congratulations, St. Thomas.
Here's Brendan Harris, an RBI single and a foul out. Strike one. Harris delivered a clutch 2-out single to left that scored Kubel. High and tight, 1-1. Harris with the batting average resting at .262 after a bit of a slump over the last few days. Big swing and a miss, 1-2. Twins have had some opportunities slip through their fingers. They left 2 men aboard in the first, scored 3 times in the third, but then left a couple of men aboard, drawing a couple of walks and a single in the fourth. Now they're trying to take advantage of Kubel's leadoff single. Inside, 2-2. And this will be pitch number 100 for Matsuzaka.
Might be a guy that has too many pitches. I mean, just always at 100 pitches after 5 innings.
And another one bounced through the hole to left. Harris with his second hit against Matsuzaka. And now runners at first and second with one out for Delman Young.
Almost deja vu right there for Harris. That's where his RBI single went in the third inning. A breaking ball left up a little bit. And Harris, good extension, finding that hole again past the left of Mike Lowell in the left field.
Young singled off Matsuzaka in the second, and then Matsuzaka struck him out quickly on fastballs in the third. Skied right side of the infield. Infield fly rule should be called, and is. So Young's retired, and that's out number 2. And Matt Tolbert will come up with 2 on and 2 out. Time for the Quest high-speed pitch. Brought to you by Quest High-Speed Internet.
Now you see Dice K topping out right around 91, and Kevin Slowey at 92.
Tolbert hasn't put a ball in play yet. He did walk leading off the 4th. Twins have had their leadoff man on in 4 of the 5 innings, and yet have scored in just 1 of the innings. A high fly deep down the right field line. Drew with a foul ball catch to end the inning. So the Twins get 2 hits, leave 2 more aboard. 8 left on through 5 for Minnesota. Reset, the Twins in front 3-1, and through a translator, I guess, Dice K conveying to his manager exactly what's been going on through 5 innings.
Well, 102 pitches, and have a nice night, Dice K.
And he apparently said something to the effect of, "I'm done, I'm out of here." Youkilis will lead off 6.
You think after 2 years they already know what that is.
Strike 1 to Youkilis, who drove in the lone Boston run in the 3rd inning with a sacrifice fly. Inside, 1-1. Red Sox have left 5 on. Slowey has been at his best when the Red Sox have put runners on in scoring position. This one lifted foul into the seats over the Boston dugout.
Now Slowey'd like to have a quick inning right here. 81 pitches. The last couple starts he's been able to work into the 8th inning in New York, and then also here against the Brewers.
1-2. swing and a miss, and Youkilis is gone for the first out of the 6th inning.
That's strikeout number 4 in a ball game for Kevin Slowey.
Well, we need to come up with somebody here who was in the top 5 in voting in the American League. I'll go with Torrey Hunter.
I'll go with Cliff Lee.
Carlos Quentin finished 5th.
Oh, man, he'll miss the last month.
And he might miss a little bit more time. Here's a deep drive to left center off the bat of Jason Bay. A solo home run, and it's a 1-run lead. So Bay connects for his 14th home run, but it comes with the bases empty. And he's had a long string of 11 straight home runs with at least one man on base.
Well, Slowey in his first 2 at-bats made some good pitches to Bay, but that little spinner right there just stayed right there, and Bay took advantage of it, hitting the solo home run. And it's a 3-2 Twins lead.
Bay setting a club record for the Red Sox with 11 straight home runs with men on base, and now a solo home run, and Ortiz takes a strike. So it's a 3-2 ball game. Ortiz is 0 for 2. And he averaged down to 1.95. And Slowey just goes right at him with some fastballs and gets ahead 0-2.
He struck out Ortiz in the 2nd inning with 3 good fastballs.
The way Ron Comer described it, Ortiz has been in between, which means in between the off-speed stuff and the fastball. Given that, why would you ever throw him anything but a fastball if he's not going to be able to catch up with it? One and two.
Because he might once.
And now 2-2.
.291 career home runs for David Ortiz in his 7th season with the Red Sox.
Three and 2 with Lowell on deck. So Ortiz was behind in the count 0-2, and now Slowey's run the count full. 1 walk issued by Slowey, and that was to Drew back in the 3rd inning. Fouled straight back. Bay leading the team with 14 home runs, drawing the Red Sox to within 1. Now the 3-2 to Ortiz, and for the 2nd time he asks for time.
And Mauer going through a set of signs and Slowey waiting until he gets the sign he wants.
Now the 3-2. High fly to center field. Span back. Making the catch for out number 2. 2nd time that Ortiz has skied one to Span. Follow the Minnesota Twins on your iPhone and iPod Touch with MLB.com at Bat 2009, featuring play-by-play, video highlights, and live audio broadcasts. You can visit twinsbaseball.com on your iPhone or iPod Touch to purchase. 2 gone, and here's Lowell. Lowell with a single, and then he fouled out in the 4th. One strike. to right, and another single for Lowell. And the tying run is aboard with Kataris doing a do-up.
A good piece of hitting right there by Mike Lowell again. Did not play in yesterday's ball game here on Monday. 4 for 5, getting his second single here tonight. Looks so relaxed at the plate. And right there, just taking that pitch the other way. Red Sox now with 6 hits off of Slowey.
No activity in the Twins pen. Kataris batting, swinging and fouling. 1 strike. Gardenhire getting Rick Anderson to call somebody down in the bullpen, just in case.
Rich Dalmasic getting the call. And Sean Hinn, the left-hander, getting up.
A lot of hitters. Ortiz did it twice. Now Kataris asking for time, slowly being a little bit more deliberate out there on the mound.
Well, they're not on the same page right here. And that's why Joe Mauer going out to talk to him.
Joe saying something that draws a smile out of Slowey. Slowey trying to complete 6 innings with the lead. This will be his 94th pitch. Over for a strike.
Good curveball right there.
Slowey's delivered a fastball, getting a swinging strike. Now the curve.
That's the curve that struck out Bay in the second inning. He doesn't throw a lot of those curveballs.
2 strikes to the Boston catcher. One and 2.
Kataris, 25 years old, a September call-up last year. Made the club out of spring training.
2 and 2. Slowly got ahead of Ortiz, 0 and 2, and then ended up running the count full before retiring him on a fly ball.
We've seen a lot of that from Kevin Slowey here tonight. When he's missed away, he's missed about a foot up and away.
2 and 2 to Kataris. Another one sailing
Just
wide.
like that, yeah.
So now with 2 outs and the count full, Lowell can leave early from first. He represents the tying run, so that was a potentially big pitch that missed out of the strike zone. Three and 2 to Kataris. Foul back.
Twenty pitches so far this inning for Slowey.
Another 3-2 to Kataris. Got him with a high fastball. Slowey does complete 6 innings, but gives up Jason Bay's home run, and it's a 1-run game. For the Coors Light Freeze Cam.
Well, we talked so much about Kevin Slowey as far as location of the fastball. That curveball right there, very tight rotation, good pitch, almost becomes a changeup. And that strikeout right there, Jason Bay in the second inning.
The Frost Brewed Coors Light Freeze Cam might be that Kevin Slowey's night is done.
Yeah, 99 pitches for Slowey. And he's got a chance to win a 7th game here tonight. Bullpen needs to pick him up right here. And speaking of the bullpen for the Boston Red Sox, first one out is going to be Manny Del Carmen, coming out of the bullpen, making his 20th appearance. Very small, 0.86 ERA in 21 innings pitched. He's walked 8 with 17 strikeouts. He's allowed only 2 earned runs.
Punto on the first pitch lifts it down the left field line. Bay chasing it and ends Punto's at bat on one pitch, one down. Connect with Fox Sports North on our Facebook page. You can become a fan to access exclusive behind the scenes information, share your comments, and connect with other Twins fans. Go to facebook.com and search FSN North to add us as a friend, and we all need more friends. You don't need any more friends?
I didn't say that. Oh. Everybody needs friends.
Denard Span 3 for 3. Single to center in the first and a couple of infield hits and a run scored in the third. Up and away, ball one.
Del Carmen with a good fastball. To John Farrell right there on the phone out to the bullpen. Good fastball, hard slider. You mix in a curveball and a circle changeup. In his 5th season with the Boston Red Sox, one of 6 right-handed relievers out in that bullpen. A very good bullpen. Combined 2.99 earned run average, the best in the American League.
1-1 to Span. Span's never faced Del Carmen before. Bunted off the plate, foul, 1-2. You know, one of the things the Red Sox bullpen has, and I think every manager would love to have it, is they've got relievers that have different looks or different deliveries. Masterson warming up. You know, we saw Saito last night. He's got some funk to his delivery. Okajima certainly does from the left side. Bard throws close to 100 miles per hour. Span lays the bat on the ball. You know, what you don't want is a bunch of relievers that all look like the same guy out there. 3 hits for Span, and his average has kicked up 12 points tonight.
Don't want them all looking like Kent DeCaldi.
There's only been one, Kent DeCaldi.
Thank goodness.
Another one up the middle, and it's a 4-hit night for Denard Span. You're going to get a lot of marriage proposals if he keeps getting hits like that.
Again, Span standing right on top of the plate. Very quick wrists. And able to get this fastball right back up the middle, right through the wickets of Del Carmen in the center field.
Yeah, he needs to be written in to the All-Star game this year.
Second time this season that Denard Span has had a 4-hit night.
Joe Mauer hitless the last 2 nights. But he's got a sacrifice fly and a walk tonight. Up and away, ball one.
Span stole a base in the 3rd inning off of Dice K.
One and 0 to Joe Mauer. High, and it's 2-0.
Del Carmen, 27 years old, born in Boston, Mass. Went to high school in the Boston area, and now pitching for the Red Sox.
So a Boston native son facing a Minnesota native son. Off-speed pitch over for a strike.
Del Carmen missed some playing time back in the 2003 when he had the Tommy John surgery.
Mauer with his first hit. Span will round second and hold up. J.D. Drew still has a very good arm in right field, so Span thought about third, is content with second base. And the Twins get a couple of hits against Del Carmen here in the sixth.
Well, Mauer picking up his first hit of the ball game. Getting a fastball and hitting it sharply past Pedroia into right field. The ball hit extremely hard. What J.D. Drew did a good job of is charging that ball to keep Span at second.
Here's Morneau, 1 for 3. A double and a run scored in the third. Justin 1 for 4 against Del Carmen. The one was a big one, a home run. And he tried to do it again. One strike.
Well, Justin last night hitting his 14th home run, a 3-run home run, his first 3-run home run of the year. Like to make it 2 right here.
And a fastball tailing away, another swing and a miss, 0-2. Twins have left 8 men on through 5 innings against Daisuke Matsusaka. Now another threat here in the sixth. Got him on 3 pitches, 2 down.
Oh, good pitch right here with some tail on it. Good sinking fastball. Good movement. And Morneau striking out for the second time in the ball game.
Kubal's reached all 3 times with a walk, an RBI double, a run scored, and then a single in the 5th. And the double and the single were very sharply hit. Check swing, and that one gets away from Kataris, and both runners will move up. Don't know whether it's ruled a strike yet. Now they appeal, and yes, it is a strike. But another Boston Wild pitch, setting up now 2 runners into scoring position.
Well, Daisuke had 4 wild pitches again with Denard Span on the base pass. And right there, Terry Francona saying, hey, 4. Go ahead and walk Kubel. Kataris trying to knock that ball down. Del Carmen throwing his first wild pitch of the year.
So that'll get Kadire to the plate once the intentional walk is completed.
Yeah, nobody happier to see Daisuke out of the ball game than Michael Kadire. He struck out 3 times against him. And he's my pick the stick tonight.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm -3. Let's go, Michael. Got a text from Brad Ryder. He says, fair warning, he's working tomorrow night's game. He said, also my daughter Meredith turned 4 yesterday. So Meredith, happy birthday. 1 day late.
Terry Francona coming to the mound, and he's going to make a pitching change and bring in a fresh arm with the bases loaded and 2 out. Michael Kadire due up. Kadire struck out 3 times tonight, but has a chance to do some damage in the 6th. Loaded 2 out, and Dustin Masterson, the new Boston pitcher.
Yeah, Masterson, who made 6 starts for the Boston Red Sox, now in the bullpen, making his 12th appearance overall. 2 wins, 2 losses, 44 in the 3rd innings. He has 15 walks, 1 intentional, with 38 strikeouts. Masterson with a hooky-jerky type delivery.
Ball 1.
Kind of a slinger. 6'6", about 250. Masterson in his 2nd season with the Red Sox.
Only Twins player who's had an official at bat against Masterson is Joe Creedy. 1-0. And he takes a strike.
Masterson with a good sinking fastball. He'll throw that slider, hard slider, and a changeup.
Twins have 4 grand slams on the season from 4 different players. Kadire not on the list yet. And he takes strike 2, 1-2. A sweeping breaking ball. He's trying to increase the lead. 1-2 to Kadire. Tapped it foul. A lot of years, well, mainly with Seattle, but the featured years of his career, I guess, were with the New York Yankees. Jeff Nelson seemed to be a similar type of pitcher. Tall, kind of almost through sidearm with a big sweeping breaking ball. Inside, 2-2. Guitarist seems to really struggle to catch the ball cleanly. That ball almost rattled out of his glove.
Well, had some pretty good sink on it, too.
Twins will take anything here to get a runner in from 3rd. 2-2 to Kadire. That's a foul tip. Tonight, at least, Kadire's had a hard time making contact. He got just enough there to keep the at-bat alive.
Well, Masterson wants something to happen here, a 2-2 pitch. Don't want to go 3-2 with the runners taken off.
A foul off a leg. Second time Kadire's done that tonight. Masterson will try it again on 2-2. Hit him, and a run will come in. Kadire limps to first, and Span trots in from 3rd.
Boy, that looked like it hit him right on the thigh area, and Kadire going to take a while to try to make that pain start hurting a little bit, or stop hurting. It's a heck of a way to get an RBI right here. Right on the left thigh area. And Kadire awarded his 32nd RBI of the year.
The Twins get that 4th run, and Harris, who's got a couple of hits tonight, can do more damage. Last time a Twins batter was hit to fill the bases, Morneau hit the next pitch into the upper deck. That covers the inside corner, and Harris doesn't like it. Harris with an RBI single in the 3rd. He's never hit a grand slam home run. Ever. He's due. nearly got hit by the pitch. 1-1. Meanwhile, in Cleveland, they've got a game that may never end. It's in the bottom of the fourth. Tampa's had 2 big leads, and now Cleveland leads at 8-7. One and one to Harris. Low, 2-1.
Masterson, just 24 years old, signed by the Red Sox in 2006 out of San Diego State University.
Snapped his bat. A sickening, awful sound ends the inning. The Twins get a couple of hits, a walk, and a hit batter. They lead again by 2. Dodge game summary. Twins up 4-2.
Well, Boston taking a 1-0 lead in the top of the third inning. Twins come right back with 3. Brendan Harris right there with an RBI single, scoring Jason Kubel. Jason Bay making it a 3-2 ball game with his 14th home run. That coming last inning against Kevin Slowey. And Slowey worked the first 6 innings. Jose Majares now in the ball game for the Twins, making his 14th relief appearance.
First pitch lifted to right, and wouldn't you know, Kadayer's got to trot after it. Able to make the play, 1 down.
Well, that's what you want to do. You want to keep running around.
I suppose,
you
yeah.
want to stop because that might tighten up. Numbers on Majares, very good. He last worked on Saturday against the Brewers here at the Dome.
1 gone. Ellsbury at the plate. Ellsbury has been a pest with a couple of hits again tonight, scoring the first Boston run in the third. Squaring to bunt, taking ball 1. And a liner to Punto, out number 2. So 3 pitches into the inning, and Majares has a couple of outs. And now Pedroia. Pedroia's reached twice, once on an error, once on a hit, and Majares puts a fastball over for strike 1.
That's what Kevin Slowey was able to do. He faced 26 batters, able to get strike 1 on 22 of the 26.
Wow.
And Maharis doing exactly what Slowey did. Get strike one.
One and one. Red Sox starting play with a 1-game lead over the Yankees, and the Yankees look that they might win in Arlington. It's 8-0, but in that ballpark against that club, you never know. It might be that in the American League East it will be the way that it was for so many years, a battle between the Red Sox and Yankees. The Rays have had a tough time getting above the 500 mark, and now the Toronto Blue Jays had a bullpen collapse twice late in the game. They had a 10-8 lead in the 11th and lost to Baltimore today 12-10. They had an 0-9 road trip.
Yep.
And we thought our 1-6 road trip was tough last time out. Matt Guerrero warming up. Blue Jays have gone 0-9 and now are just 27-23. 2-2 to Dustin Pedroia. Foul back.
I really feel that the Boston Red Sox can get their starters where they should be. Dice K, Lester. I think Boston is the team to beat in the East. I just think with their bullpen in today's game, the team with the best bullpen, there's Wakefield and Brad Penny. Those guys, if they get going throughout the summer, they're going to be the team to beat.
And that's been one of the problems. Wakefield's been their best starter.
Yep.
Not Beckett. 2-2 to Pedroia. Bouncer left side to Hopper for Harris. And a 1-2-3 7th for Jose Maharis. History's biggest hit is back. A sneak peek now of Ice Road Truckers. McDonald's, I'm loving it. By Dodge, live strong, live bold, live now. Dodge, grab life. And by Aflac, we've got you under our wing.
There's our Mountain Dew fan of the game. You're here by a circled young lady. Or a little monkey. Not you, young lady, you're the monkey.
Delman Young to center. And that one lands in front of Ellsbury. Young finally found a spot in center field where Ellsbury couldn't catch it. And Ellsbury might be lucky that that ball hit him someplace, because if that ball skipped by him, Young would have been running for quite a while.
Yeah, it's kind of a do or die situation for a center fielder. Delman taking a pitch down, almost golfing this ball. It's a line drive. Ellsbury comes in, gets it on the short hop, and able to somehow knock it down. Maybe the glove and then his hand. And you can see him checking out that left hand.
We'll see if Tolbert's asked to bunt here. Gomez pinch running for Delman Young. There's a bunt. A look at second. A throw to first. And Gomez, with his speed, maybe more than anything else, discouraged Kataris from firing up the diamond to second base.
Oh, good bunt right there by Tolbert, his 4th of the year, doing what he's asked to do, and that's laying down the bunt, advancing Gomez to second.
And now Punto, a couple of hits last night, but 0 for 3 tonight.
Tolbert right there, making sure he lays it down. You give yourself up right there. A little 2-4 put out.
Punto with a pop to short, ground ball double play, and a foul fly to left. Another Boston wild pitch. Gomez coming around third, but it rolled into the dugout, and only one base can be gained. So the Red Sox, even though they uncork another wild pitch, catch a bit of a break, because had that ball not gone into the dugout, Gomez would have scored from second.
Well, Dice K had 4 wild pitches. Del Carmen had 1, and now Masterson mixing in 1. And Gomez, seeing that ball gets away, hustles home, but is told to go back to third.
My goodness, another Boston wild pitch. Infield in now for Punto.
That's first wild pitch without Span on the base pass.
Gomez bluffing down the line, and Punto takes a strike, 1-1. So a lot of things could happen here. Gomez faking a steal of home. The squeeze certainly a possibility. Gomez with great speed coming in from third. It wouldn't take much of a bunt at all to score him. Even a safety squeeze would work. Punto fouls it back, 1-2. The altar not only, well, for the second time at least, going up to Gomez and telling him what to anticipate. High chopper. Here comes Gomez. Here's a throw to the plate. Kataris hangs onto the ball, and Gomez is out. A fierce collision between Gomez and Kataris, 2 away.
Well, what helps Kataris right here is that Dustin Pedroia got to him the ball quickly. Right here, the ball hits sharply, and Pedroia on a nice throw right there. Kataris has a split second to get ready as Gomez trying to barrel over him and knock that ball loose. But Kataris able to hold on to it.
So now Punto at first. 2 away. Gomez is fine. Kataris seems to be all right. And the Twins now maybe in a steal situation. Span with 4 singles on the night.
Boy, ask any catcher, that's the worst that, a play, because, I mean, they want to get the ball as quick as possible so at least they can keep, some type of feet underneath them in case of exactly what Gomez did.
You could see Kataris could maybe feel the ball coming out of his glove, and he got his bare hand up in there to try to keep it secure.
Remember when Torrey Hunter ran over Jamie Burke in Chicago? I mean, Burke was not really set, and Torrey just ran right over him.
Span takes inside, and again Kataris has a awkward catch of the pitch. Ball nearly sailed past him again. 1-0 to Span. Hardest collision I ever saw at the plate in person was Puckett here against Terry Steinbach. And the 2 players that, shall we say, each had a low center of gravity. Kirby's was just a little bit lower. It was a strike, 1-1. And Steinbach went flying. Kirby nailed him, knocked him airborne.
Got that great picture when we go to Toronto of Dan Gladden. I believe it was Pat Borders that Dan Gladden knocked Borders on top of the head. I mean, Borders was just flipped around. Or was it Dan Gladden that was flipped around? One of them were.
Punto takes off and he steals. And the ball bounces away from second base. Count to Span 2-1. So now the Twins get another speedy runner into scoring position.
Well, Nick Punto stealing his 5th base of the year. And he gets into scoring position with 2 outs. Second stolen base for the Twins here tonight. Punto and Span.
2-1 to Span. Is there a 5-hit night in Denard Span's evening? Checked his swing. We think they'll appeal. No. And it's 3-1. First base is open and Mauer is on deck. Twins have left 11 men on base. Great chance to add to the lead here in the 7th. 3-1 to Span. Outside, and he draws a walk. He's reached all 5 times. John Farrell now coming to the mound. Now,
look at that. That's why you come to the ballpark.
But the surprising thing is here, the Red Sox involved in this game. And Tim Wakefield wasn't the starter.
Yeah.
You could understand it if Wakefield were the starter. The last time a team had 6 wild pitches, it was back in 1991, the Angels against the Twins. And here's Mauer with 2 on and 2 out. He singled his last time up. Officially 1 for 2 tonight with a sacrifice fly and a walk. A belt high strike.
I was on that Angel Ball Club in 1991. Actually, that was the year I was on a disabled list all year recovering from shoulder surgery. I'm trying to think who that pitcher would be.
How about Brian Harvey with some fork balls in the dirt?
Maybe late in the ball game. He usually pitched 1 inning. Maybe Mark Langston.
A research staff in the truck is going to try to research it. And Kataris will go to the mound.
Mike Witt was, I believe, there, and Kirk McCaskill, Jim Abbott, Mark Langston.
Finley must have been there, wasn't he?
Yeah, Chuck Finley. Could have been Finley with that split finger.
I'll bet you he was involved.
Yeah.
I'll bet you.
As long as he didn't cover first base, because he fell all the time. Yeah, I bet you it probably was Chuck with it. He had a nasty splitter.
I know, in 1 inning he struck out 4 batters in 1 inning because he had the devastating splitter. 1 strike to Mauer. Just off the plate. Well, the Twins have been on the verge seemingly all night long, at least through the middle innings, of busting the game open, and they have not done it yet.
Scott Lewis started. He had a couple. Scott Lewis, a right-hander.
Well, we have the information here. Mauer sending it back foul. Scott Lewis, who I will confess to you, I have no idea who that was.
A right-handed starter. Jeff Robertson, a right-handed reliever. And Scott Bale's a lefty.
Okay. Well, now I can sleep at night knowing that.
Yeah.
1-2 to Mauer.
Good job, guys in the truck. Larry Robertson, I'm sure, right on top of that.
Bouncer to second. And the Twins leave 2 more aboard through 7 innings. They lead by 2, but they've left 13 men on base. inning. Jose Majaras had a quick seventh. He'll be asked to at least start the eighth inning. Your name or your family's name can be etched in glass permanently at Target Field as part of the beautiful Tradition Wall. The Tradition Wall will have the name of every player in Twins history, and you can be a part of that tradition. Visit twinsbaseball.com to learn more and purchase your spot on the Tradition Wall.
Yeah, it'll be kind of neat to walk through there and just see, guys from 61 all the way to the current day players.
Majaras pitching to Drew and missing with the first pitch, ball one.
Yeah, Matt Guerrero still warming up in the bullpen, so I think Majaras may be asked to get Drew out here.
Drew, then a couple of righties, and then Ortiz. It's Drew, Youkilis, and Bay, and Ortiz would hit fourth this inning. Carlos Gomez in center with Span moving to left. Two 2-0 to J.D. Drew. Skied to the right side. Tolbert out. Kadire in. And Tolbert stays with it, one away. So Majaras comes back from 2-0, and now the debate is, shall we let it ride with Majaras in the event Ortiz comes up? You've got your top left-handed reliever to face him, or make the change and bring Guerrero in.
Well, he hasn't thrown a lot of pitches, too. I think probably they're looking at that. So, Majaras asked to get a couple outs here. He's thrown only 12 pitches, able to get 4 outs.
Youkilis takes a belt-high strike. One and one. Youkilis playing over at third base in the first 2 games of this series, back at his normal position, first base. There's Ortiz. He would hit fourth this inning. 2 and 1.
Yeah, Youkilis joined the Boston Red Sox as a third baseman. Then they acquired Mike Lowell, and Youkilis moving over to first.
Three and one. So Majaras this inning has thrown 7 pitches, just 2 strikes. A little bit of uncharted water here too. Majaras usually asked to pitch 1 inning, and he certainly did that effectively in the 7th. Now trying to get some outs in a 2nd inning of work. And he walks Youkilis, and that'll bring Bay up representing the tying run, and that might force their hand here in the Twins dugout. Here comes Ron Gardenhire.
Well, Majaras' longest outing this year, 2 innings, and that came in that 13-inning, 14-10 win over the Twins when Joe Creedy hit that grand slam.
Nobody's got more than 100. The short code 234 234. Why do the Twins play well against first place teams? Shane wondering that.
Well, they played well here at Dome, in the Dome, but on the road, Twins are 5-14. So of course the hometown magic has always been here at the Metrodome. Twins are 18-10 coming into this ball game here at home.
Bay homered his last time up, facing Guerrero, missing low, ball one, and the Twins' inability to score in the 7th inning or any of the other innings really becoming a factor here now as Guerrero comes in.
Well, he worked a shutout inning last night, the 8th inning, threw 11 pitches, 8 for strikes, a 1-2-3 inning with a couple strikeouts.
Ground ball towards second. Out there. Morneau with a sensational backhanded scoop to end the inning. And Guerrero gets a big double play ball thanks to his first baseman.
Continue our coverage after the final out with Quest Twins Live, including the Toyota post-game wrap. We'll have a look at our instructional on the field. It'll be Bert Blyleven and Ron Coomer showing us the proper way to tag up. That's how the Twins scored their first run tonight. Plus, Denard Span's hot night. He's 4 for 4 and has reached 5 times, including a walk tonight. Reaction from Ron Gardenhire and the Twins players all coming up after the game. Dick and Bert.
I might learn something in that instructional. I don't think I ever tagged up.
You have any idea how many runs you scored?
No.
Well, Guerrero getting a big double play ball. Here's Morneau. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1.
Well, Justin Masterson. Last night I was talking about, I talked to John Farrell a couple days ago about the importance of their bullpen. What's been their biggest plus? And they said when they moved Masterson out of the rotation, and even though, you know, he struggled here a little bit tonight, what he's been able to do is bring a guy in that bullpen that can pitch 2 or plus innings. And it kind of saves a lot of the arms out of that bullpen.
He's in danger of walking Morneau. The Twins have had so many opportunities to score in tonight's game. A 3-run third. They have a hit batter with 2 out to score a run in the 6th. They've had the leadoff man on 5 times in the 7 innings, and now Morneau on a ground ball to Pedroia is retired here for the first out of the 8th. So Morneau just 1 for 5 with a couple of strikeouts, and that'll bring up Kubel. Span has reached in all 5 plate appearances. Kubel has reached in 4. A couple of walks, one of them intentional, a double and a single. Twins with three very good left-handed hitters in a row. Mauer, Morneau, and Kubel. And here's a bouncer foul. Morneau retired. Mauer retired for the final out of the 7th inning. But now, Chapter 3. Jason Kubel. Deep but fouled on the left field line. To center. Ellsbury back a couple of steps, out number 2. The Twins didn't do a whole lot against the Boston bullpen last night. Tonight, except for Kadire getting smoked in the hip, they wouldn't have gotten much done against the Boston bullpen tonight. Yep. Numbers don't lie. Kadire 3 strikeouts, and then he was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded. It's a foul ball wide of the bag.
Luis Ayala making a nice play right there, protecting Joe Nathan, who's warming up down in the bullpen.
And he got the save last night. Will be in position, one would think, to get one again tonight. 2 strikes. Masterson just kind of slings it up there. The fastball, a lot of movement. The breaking pitch, a lot of movement. 1-2.
He's got that long arm, but he does a good job of hiding the ball.
And Kadire drops one down the left field line. And he'll have an extra base hit. It's a 2-out double from Michael Kadire.
I think Michael Kadire maybe helped me here tonight, because I was down 3. He picked up an RBI. That's down 2. And then the double, I believe that's worth 2 points, isn't it? So I got 0. That's awesome. Kadire with a double, his 11th of the year. Might pick the stick. I need him to score.
Well, Harris has a couple of hits tonight. Got a big 2-out hit to drive in a run in the 3rd. And we'll need a hit here, you would think, to get Kadire in from second. A little bit high, ball 1. Twins handed Joe Nathan a 3-run lead last night. Harris trying to give him an extra run here in the 8th inning. Little bouncer to short. Green has it. And a throw over to Youkilis. It's a 2-run lead for Joe Nathan as we head to the 9th inning. Some history against Joe Nathan. you up to speed with the AT&T Rapid Rewind. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. Cheap game reset. The Twins have left 14 men on base, still lead by 2. Nathan in the ball game, delivering ball 1 to David Ortiz. The Red Sox have just left 6 men on base through 8 innings. Ortiz 0 for 3. Be followed by Lowell and Kataris. Kataris, the scheduled hitter. Some options for Terry Francona. 2-0.
Well, Nathan making his 19th relief appearance. This is the first time this year he's got a chance to have back-to-back saves in back-to-back days. He picked up save number 7 last night in the 5-2 win. 1 shutout inning, gave up a hit through only 10 pitches.
Just caught a sliver of the inside corner. And it's 2-1. That's a big call right there. Popped up a foul ball that'll reach the seats. Now, when the Twins swept the Tigers here, Nathan pitched in all 3 games, but he only got a save in 1. In the final game.
Yeah, the middle game ended up going 13 innings.
Used in the first game just to get some work, and then he ended up getting to work again the next 3 nights. 2-2 to Ortiz. A high pop up near first, and in foul ground, Morneau puts it away, 1 down, and Ortiz will finish this night. The Twins hope 0 for 4. And now Lowell.
A good pitch middle in, and David Ortiz trying to open up quickly and pops it straight up.
Lowell with a pair of singles, 1 to left, 1 to right. Swing and a miss at the breaking pitch. Trying to even their mark at 24 and 24 and get into second place, 3.5 games behind Detroit. 1-1. Sinking fastball and a swing and a miss. One and 2. Ooh, up around the hands. 2-2. Just missed hitting Lowell. And Lowell flips it foul. The next to last meeting this year between these two teams. Final game coming up tomorrow, a noon start.
Another reason I don't like that interleague play. Too many games in interleague play. We get to see the Boston Red Sox only 6 times. You see them more in spring training.
That's about right. In the regular games and the B games. Just off the plate. Full count. Of course, if the Red Sox get a runner on, the tying run comes to the plate.
Well, Joe trying to go away right here and just missing away. Now Joe Mauer's just going to say fastball down the heart of the plate. Give me something on it. You don't want to walk him right here. Make him earn his way on.
Bouncer right side. Tolbert waits for the fourth hop and throws Lowell out. 2 down. So Varitek was doing a little shadow stancing there in the dugout, but since he does not represent the tying run, they'll let it ride with Kataris, who is 0 for 3 tonight and has never faced Nathan before.
If Kataris is able to get on Nick Green, a right-hander, so look for Varitek to maybe hit for him. So a big out right here for Joe Nathan.
Outside, ball 1. Varitek, of course, a switch hitter, and then Lugo, Bailey, and Baldelli, right-handed hitters. Baldelli's availability really in question since he didn't start last night or tonight, and had the trainer come out and look at him Monday afternoon. Right down the middle, 1-1. Varitek's going to hit for Green if given the chance. Through the breaking ball, a swinging strike, 1-2. They're roaring here at the Dome. Two and two. Got it. 2 in a row against the Red Sox and a 5-1 homestand so far.
Well, Kevin Slowey picking up his 7th win. Very good job by the bullpen. 3 shutout innings. Joe Nathan getting his 8th save of the year.